for joining us. Moving on now, protests have erupted across Turkey of Istanbul's Mayor Ekrem İmamoğlu, a leading opposition figure and potential presidential candidate. İmamoğlu from the secular Republican People's Party was arrested on corruption and terrorism charges, police detained 100 people, including politicians, journalists, and authorities imposed 4 days of restrictions in Istanbul. Despite the crackdown, gathered, chanting anti-government slogans and clashing with police to disperse the crowds. İmamoğlu vowed to stand resolute for democracy, part of a conspiracy against him. His party condemned the arrest as a president, raising concerns over Turkey's shift towards autocracy. President Erdogan's government motives insisting Turkey's judicial, but the European Union remains tense, the EU Commission President said.
So we think that is deeply concerning. As Council of Europe member that Turkey is and an EU candidate country, must uphold especially the rights of officials.
The European Union bloc's industry chief said that the EU will reduce steel in 15% from April to prevent a wave of cheap steel. European steel battling high competition from Asia and elsewhere have warned that the EU risks becoming a dumping ground for cheap steel, which wants as Washington's tariffs withdraw trade flows. Europe Vice President Stefan Sejourne, who blocks industrial, a first measure would be to tighten import quotas, known as safeguards for multiple steel grades from April the 1st, to cut inflows by approximately 15%. Look at what the EU Commissioner said.
Le premier seront la clause de sauvegarde actuelle. Nous visons jusqu'à 15% des importations. Je reviendrai sur le mécanisme de modification de cette clause de sauvegarde. Nous allons dans ces principes.
We move over to the United jury in North environmental advocacy group Greenpeace to dollars in damages in a lawsuit brought by a operator. The group was accused by the operator of the Dakota Access Pipeline energy transfer of orchestrating a campaign of violation during the controversial construction of the pipeline nearly a decade ago. Denies any intent to stifle speech, was awarded more than $660 million in damages to entities, trespassing and deprivation of property access. We would like to thank the judge and the jury for the incredible amount they dedicated to this trial, the company said. ET thanked the jury and stated that the win was for the people of Mandan and North Dakota, who had to live through and disruptions caused by the protesters who were by Greenpeace. Reportedly, Greenpeace Executive Director Shushma Rahman has told the group that's to appeal the verdict, said.
The organizations like Greenpeace, you can't bankrupt them. They are there, they are fully in, and the work will continue. Well, the reality is that you might think of Greenpeace as an organization, and we are more than that. We are people. We do not accept corporate or government funding. We are supported by individuals who give.
More from the US now, where President Donald Trump has urged the on Wednesday to cut interest effects of his tariffs, renewing his vocal disagreement with the central king. Trump demanded a post on his Truth Social thing hours after the FED rates steady while reducing it, hiking its in. The Federal Reserve in 2 rate cuts. Jerome Powell today is unusually elevated, and that ticking up. That's Federal Reserve chairperson said.
Ahead, the new administration is in the process of implementing significant policy changes in 4 distinct areas: trade, immigration, fiscal policy, and regulation. Of these policy changes that will matter for the economy and for the path of money. While there have been of these areas, especially trade policy, uncertainty around the changes in economic outlook.
Reportedly, experts have warned that the tariffs, which are being met with by some countries, threaten the US economy and others into recession. That the economy may suffer as his planned levies take hold. but that America is otherwise on the cusp of a golden age.